What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner. And you know what? I thought I'd take a second to just listen in. I was watching Tucker Carlson, and I thought I'd just take a second to listen in on how upset the liberal media is about President Trump allegedly paying off Stormy Daniels and some other lady. And yeah, they are perturbed. Their feelings are hurt. They feel that they've been, I guess, deceived, or this moral behavior, immoral, should I say, behavior of President Trump. It just reaches another level of disgust. Right now, Donald Trump has 1 foot in Hades and 1 foot on earth. This man might as well be walking around with some horns on his head as Diablos. And not only that, he had the nerve to deceive all of us voters who all we did was just say, you know what, we're going to follow what he's talking about, his policies and how they might benefit us, and we're not going to worry about his personal life. But nonetheless, I guess his personal life concerning Stormy Daniels and some other lady who extorted him for money was so important and vital to the way that he governs and all the political decisions that he makes, that we've made a grave mistake, according to them. So let's just listen in and see how perturbed they really are.
They say Trump directed, that's the word, for lawyer Michael Cohen to cover up a campaign contribution in the form of payments to 2 women with whom he had sexual relations.
Some top Republicans are dismissing the allegations that Donald Trump directed his former fixer Michael Cohen to make illegal hush money payments to 2 women during the 2016 campaign.
Now, first things first. Notice how they keep dropping in keywords. Illegal? He directed. That's kind of funny. Because see, here's my thing. If your lawyer knows that something is illegal, why would he do it? Secondly, your lawyer who you pay, you trust whatever they advise you to do or whatever they're doing on your behalf is legal. So if it comes out that they gave you some misinformation or whatever they did is illegal, but yet you trusted them and paid them to do it, that's what they're on retainer for, then whose fault is that? I mean, Donald Trump doesn't know all the laws concerning this. I know me, if I had a lawyer and I say, hey man, I got this situation here. What should I do about it? Well, all you have to do, Kev, is X, Y, and Z. That's it? Okay, let's make it happen. Then I make it happen, and later on, you got a whole bunch of biased media people and some Democrats saying, you directed. I'm going, no, this was brought to me as something I should do to handle a problem, okay? But nonetheless, let's get down to the meat and potatoes. What they're not doing is talking about all the campaign violations that were obviously illegal from people who they know and love, like Barack Obama, and all of the Republicans and Democrats who took money from their little slush fund to pay off people to keep their mouths quiet so it didn't hurt their campaign election the next time they were up for election. You know, all of that money was used so that eventually when they run for whatever office they were running for, this stuff would never come out again. It was hush money, but no, nobody's talking about illegal. And see, taxpayers paid for that. Trump paid for his own stuff as a private citizen, but they're saying it contributed to him winning. Like that was the big deciding factor. That was the one that if that bit of information would have got out, it would have changed the minds of millions of us. We would have all said, well, darn, forget the Hollywood Access tape. Forget all of that other stuff. This one right here is a deal breaker. It's a deal breaker. Even though she's a grown woman who participated in an act, but now she sees the possibility of making some cheese, and she's saying, you know what? You give me a little bit of that cheese, and I won't blow the whistle. Yeah, extortion. But I'm supposed to have like some type of feelings about this whole situation. It's supposed to, deter me from voting for the president. I don't know. But according to them, it's illegal. But they're not going and snooping around all of the other congressmen and senators who use money the same way, taxpayers' money, or they don't even want to bring up Barack Obama and his dealings with illegal campaign contributions. But no. But Donald Trump's wicked. Let's see what else they got to say about it.
Incredible. To me, this is despicable.
A simple private transaction in which a porn star was paid $130,000 to keep silent in the final
There
months
ain't
of a
nothing
presidential
simple
campaign.
about that.
Yep.
Let's remember, these payoffs are about the president having affairs with women soon after his wife had a baby.
Well. The moral outrage is amazing. See, remember, they have to make it sound even worse by putting a cherry on top. Remember, these payments were made to a porn star right after the president's wife had a baby and all of that stuff. And see, what they're not getting is, first of all, this is why we say that they are fake news. Okay, that stuff right there is nothing more than opinion, hyperbole, and a whole bunch of rhetoric. And for them to come out and say, remember, this was right after the president, paid a porn star and his wife just had a baby. Is that reporting the facts of the case? Or is that just throwing in a little extra something to impact all the people who might be looking at this stupid investigation and these accusations, and for whatever reason, they're not able to see that the media has it in for the president. So when they hear that, they immediately identify to a situation like, what if that was me? Would I be, if I was pregnant, I had to pay my husband paid? Yeah, see, they want you to go ahead and internalize this. They don't want people starting to say, so let me get this straight. How do we get here? How do we get to campaign violations about the president's personal life with money he used to pay off these girls? And we don't know whether it was for a campaign or for his make sure his son don't hear about it, even though it's all out there now, and his wife and all of that stuff, even though other people did similar things and got a slap on the wrist, even though campaign violations like this normally doesn't require all the media running around, getting on TV and saying, he's going to jail. This is illegal. You know what? He co-conspired. He commanded that he did this, and he knew it was illegal. He knew it was illegal. Donald Trump might be the first president that ever goes to jail. Do you see how horrible this is? This right here is why the president said the fake news is the enemy of the people. To convince portions of our population that the president is about to go to jail or either be impeached, and using terms like illegal and saying that the Department of Justice backed this up. Department of Justice basically said this man is a criminal and he's going to be prosecuted. All of these inferences that they're dropping out there is sending a mixed message to viewers all over the world. And they're thinking, man, you know how bad this can be for the stock market. You know how bad this can be for our overseas negotiations and relationships that we have. Do you know how bad this can be for our population? People just walking around in America who we are divided because of this. And y'all just dropping stuff out there like the man's guilty. He's criminal. Maxine, Mad Max said this criminal, just straight called him a criminal. No trial, no nothing, no evidence, nothing, but just dropped it out there. Just like they called him a traitor. Because he had a conversation with Putin and he just didn't jump on the bandwagon that, obviously the Russians were the factor that caused me to win. All of that stuff. And they called him a traitor. They called him all types of names. And they paint this picture of the president to where it keeps the fire burning and it keeps the division within our country. And it keeps those people with the bubble head running around. See, I told you that guy, he committed a crime and he should be impeached. Do you understand the danger in impeaching a president for something so small as what you're accusing him of, that if you lay it all out, you'll find that many other people that were in the same position did worse. But yet you want to act like this one. This is the one, though. This is way greater than all the others. This is the one that's going to require impeachment. Let them try to impeach the president over this stupid situation that started off as Russia collusion, but ended up with this garbage. This is the best y'all can do. This is it. And you want America to get behind you? Only people who's going to get behind this type of crap is people with the bubble head. That's it. People whose butt is hurt because they lost the election and they voted for Hillary Clinton and they already had their little things go in their hats and the ball and the confetti. And it was like, The Price is Right music hit them. Dun, 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 dun. And they were upset. Couldn't believe it. Mouths open, crying, sitting there covering their mouth like, I can't believe what just happened. Something had to happen. This could not have happened. He surely didn't win because people voted for him. You know what? It's probably because he paid off Stormy Daniels. And if that little bit of information would have got out, it would have just made the difference. Yeah. It's probably because somehow through osmosis, him and Putin was on the same level because, see, there's no record of him ever having even a conversation with Putin. But we're just going to believe somehow this whole Russia collusion thing took place right up under our nose. We didn't even see it coming. And yet, even though there's no evidence, we just believe it by face value because the Democrats, who obviously have a motive to push this narrative, says it's true, along with some of the other people who probably were involved in the whole thing. And if they're exposed, they'll probably go to jail too. And we'll find out who's the real traitors to our democracy. But we want to believe it anyway because we were upset the night that we were ready to celebrate. Yeah, we had our hands up already. Like, yeah, and now we're mad. So we're willing to believe anything like this campaign violation garbage. And then they get on TV and win Oscars by acting as if they are just morally outraged. This is just heinous. I've never met anyone that have done any, but yet support so many people in this industry who've done worse, covered up, picked and choose who they would report on or go after, all of these things. But now all of a sudden it's Trump and they're about to throw up in their mouths. I can't believe he would do such a thing. Maybe we should peel back the blankets on some of their private lives and see things that they've got into. See, this right here, though, is horrible. And it discourages anybody with the right mind saying, man, why would I ever want to run for anything? If you come up against those Democrats, look what they're willing to go to. Not to mention you're not just fighting them, you're fighting the liberal media too. So they're garbage. I just watched this and it made me kind of chuckle. And I'm thinking, wow, they should really win Oscars. Yeah, it's horrible. And the moral outrage. Selective, though. Selective, key word. So anyway, we will get a chance to observe some of their acting skills as the weeks go on and see what the Democrats decide to do when they take over. Are they going to say, we're going to gamble and we're going to try to impeach the president on this garbage, even though when people pull us to the table and say, excuse me, whatever happened to that pesky Russia collusion investigation that started off this whole thing anyway? No, nothing? You found nothing there? So how did we get to a campaign violation? Oh, because y'all just want to dig and keep digging until you found a crime because you didn't have one in the first place. And so this is what you land on. This is what you're going to go ahead and hit your wagon to. This is what you want me to say. Well, my candidate, I'm done with him because of this. That's what you want me to do? And trust you guys to get back in power? In the laugh of my good friend Ace Ventura. Anyway, God bless you. Find me on Facebook, on Twitter. Links are in the bottom. Also, don't forget Wednesday nights, 7:30, my live radio blog talk show. Check me out. The link is in the bottom for that. And I go live on YouTube. And don't forget to check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. Links down there. Yeah. Click on that. You can see everything that they have for coming up for the holidays. And the promotional code is my name, Kevin. And then also, don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. So anyway, I'm about to get back to watching all of these wonderful people who plays on Days of Our Lives, because that's what I'm watching, soap opera. Yeah, General Hospital, Young and the Restless, that's all they are. Or it's more like the Jerry Springer Show, Ricky Lake. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Anyway, God bless you. See you next time. Kevin's Corner.